This week I have been living with this all-new 2025 Toyota Camry Hybrid XSE. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my impressions on what it's been like to live with, all the good, all the bad, and kind of comparing it to the current generation Honda Accord, its direct competitor. Price as tested on this Camry XSE, which is the top trim, is just over $45,000, but it is chock full of options. I'll pull out the Monroney here so you guys can see all the options that it includes. You can pause the video now to kind of read through that if you want to. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior and interior, and then we will go ahead and take this thing for a spin. The new Camry redesign looks pretty good. Just looks like a refresh of the previous generation in my opinion. This color is called Heavy Metal. It does have that two-tone roof. This is the all-wheel drive version. You can get this in front-wheel drive. Very, very cool. LED headlights and fog lights. Does have optional 19-inch wheels. Looks very sharp. Bridgestone Turanza all-season tires. Massive trunk. You can haul all your groceries. Looks about similar to what you would get in a Honda Accord. Pull down 60/40 folding rear seats. Narrow opening though, so mileage may vary of what you can actually put back here. Under here you do get a spare tire, which is very nice to see. I don't think the Honda Accord has that, so this is a lot better for road trips, so you're not stranded on the side of the road. You got the back seat real quick. Nice red interior. Very easy ingress. Back here, very nice place to be. I have not very much headroom. My head's brushing the ceiling like the Honda Accord, and I'm 6 foot. The driver's seat's in my position. I only have about 2 inches of legroom back here. You actually do get a lot more legroom in the current generation Honda Accord. Couple rear vents, USB-C and USB-A port down here, which is cool. Mat pockets in the back of the seats. Pull down center armrest with a couple cup holders. No rear heated seats here. You do get that in the Honda Accord. You get a nice panoramic sunroof as well. Let's open that up. A lot of natural light in here. I like it. Go ahead and check what's under the hood real quick. So under the hood of the new generation Camry is a 2.5 liter hybridized 4-cylinder mated to an eCVT. In this configuration, it gets about 232 horsepower, which is actually a little bit more than what you would get in the front-wheel drive model. I believe gets like 225 or so horsepower. MPG on the Camry is about 44 combined. I've been averaging about 30 MPG this week, but it's been freezing. As you can see, I live in Ohio. It's winter. Hybrids don't get the greatest fuel economy in the winter. My commutes to work are short, so it's pretty hard for hybrids to get great fuel economy in those conditions. No more V6 in the new generation Camry. You can only get a hybridized powertrain, which actually I don't mind at all. I like it. Up front here, you do get heated and ventilated front seats that are power lumbar as well. Easy ingress here. So up front here, you do get a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster and a 12.3-inch infotainment as well. Wireless Android Auto, wireless CarPlay can be wired as well. This infotainment is really good. We've seen this in other Toyota products, Lexus products as well. There are a new updated one. Not really laggy. Apple CarPlay Android Auto Focus does have built-in navigation too. I like it. It does a pretty good job, but I've just used Apple CarPlay the entire time. You do also get a 360 reverse camera, which you don't even get in the Honda Accord. Down here, you do get your dual zone automatic climate controls, your automatic heated steering wheel, heated ventilated seat controls, couple vents, connectivity down there, wireless charger that actually works and doesn't heat up your phone to 1,000,000 degrees, some storage, couple cup holders, actual gear shift that's not a gimmick or anything, which is nice. Drive modes, brake hold, EV mode, electronic parking brake, decent sized center console, the 12-volt outlet in there, decent sized glove box. Could use a little bit more room in there, but not the end of the world. Auto dimming rear view mirror with home link. You do get a built-in dash cam. I wish more manufacturers would start putting that in cars so you don't have to wire it yourself. It's already hooked up to the car's battery and it's good to go. Really nice, really easy to use. Something happens, you just press that action button, you're good to go. I love that. Illuminated visor mirror as well. You do get a heads-up display in the windshield as well. Not sure if you guys can see that. Automatic high beams, traction control button, your gauge display, brightness control here, camera view button where you can kind of see all the way around the vehicle, and your trunk release and gas cap release. Yeah, overall, very nice interior. I really like the way it looks, really like the way it feels. I love this red contrast. It looks very nice. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and take this for a spin. One thing that I think is actually underrated is the transmission shift time, and I'll kind of give you guys an example about this. Watch, as soon as I put it in reverse, instantly goes in reverse. Put it in drive, instantly in drive. Watch. Reverse. No delay. No delay at all. That is so nice. I probably look like an idiot doing this. But when you're trying to pull into a driveway and make a quick maneuver or something, and traffic's coming up behind you, you don't have to wait 5 seconds for the transmission to engage a gear. And that's one thing I like about Toyota's hybrid powertrains. All right, as we begin to take off here, I'll kind of go through the pros of the vehicle, then we'll end the video with some cons and then a recap. The pros. I really like how this vehicle drives. It's nice and smooth. The 19-inch wheels aren't too rough, surprisingly. It's well dampened. Road noise isn't too awful. It is a little bit on the louder side in here, especially compared to the Honda Accord, but it's not the end of the world. It's not deafening like something out of like a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla. Really, really like this powertrain. 2.5 liter. Really has a pretty good amount of power to put down. Yeah, are we going to miss the V6? Yeah, but I mean, this does a pretty good job. Returns relatively good of fuel economy, and it's peppy enough. Speaking of peppy, let's go ahead and test it out. Yeah, plenty of power. Now, this Camry is all-wheel drive. So how the all-wheel drive system works is it has a 45 horsepower electric motor in the rear. If when it detects slip in the front, it will engage that electric rear motor to help propel you forward. Now this week we've had some snow, and I've had a chance to really test this all-wheel drive system out. And to be honest, I don't really notice anything. The front still spins quite a bit. I don't really notice very much help from the rear at all. I think you're better off just getting the front wheel drive model, saving I think it's $1,000 or so off the MSRP. And if you live in a snowy climate, just use winter tires. You're going to be far better off than you are with this, especially with these tires. The engine is a little raspy. I wish it was a little bit quieter. It's the signature Toyota hybrid noise, but it's fine. It's not as smooth and refined as something that you'd see in a Honda Accord. Throttle response is good. It's actually hilarious. I mean, you can put your foot down and it's just instantly responds. It's pretty good. It's pretty funny. You can make your passengers motion sick with how sensitive the throttle can be. It's only if you're being stupid. I mean, if you're just driving it normally, you're not going to notice. All right, now let's do a quick 0 to 60. Let's go ahead and put this into sport mode. Come to a complete stop. And floor it. Are we going to miss the V6? Yes, but I think this gets the job done for the targeted buyer. I think the Accord Hybrid is a little bit faster than this. You're not going to drag race this car against anything else and win. So you're just buying this for a nice family hauler that that gets great fuel economy and it's cheap to maintain. This vehicle also does come equipped with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. It's all that pedestrian detection, forward collision warning, automatic high beams, things like that. Also does have adaptive cruise control, and this one does have traffic jam assist. You do have to get the premium package for that, which is a little bit unfortunate that they hide the traffic jam assist behind the paywall, but that's the car market nowadays. But I find the system to work relatively well. To engage, you just turn it on right there, turn your lane centering on there, and set. And it works really nicely. You can see it's popped up in the heads-up display as well, and just works how it should. You can even just use regular cruise control mode if you want, so you're not fully limited to adaptive cruise control, because sometimes adaptive cruise control can get annoying. This vehicle also does come with front cross traffic alert, and you guys know how I feel about that. If you guys want to check out my Toyota Crown video of how my rant was on that, feel free. I believe it takes 23 button presses to turn it off, and it turns on every single time you turn on the car. So, some cons on this car. Lots of rattles. A lot of rattles. I'm not sure if you guys are hearing that in the video, but got some rattles going on over there. This headliner, I don't know what's going on with this headliner at all. It's not doing it right now, but something I've noticed this week. It sounds like the glue in the headliner is like separating from the base or something. I mean, you can kind of hear that when I push on it. Well, I mean, that's pretty much what it sounds like all the time. Could have something to do with how cold it is, but it's just something I've noticed this week. Another con is, I would like it to be a little bit quieter in here. There's a little bit of wind noise and some tire noise. It's not awful, like I said earlier, but I do wish that it was a little bit more quiet and isolated. You do have laminated acoustic front glass in the XSE here, but yeah, it could use a little more isolation from the outside. Now, as far as cons go, I think that's pretty much it. This Camry is pretty solid. I do like how this drives. It's not a penalty box of boringness like previous Camry generations were. I would have no problem getting into this and daily driving this at all. Seats are comfortable. Passengers are very comfortable. I've had a couple people back there for a couple hours. No complaints at all. Overall, a pretty solid package here. Granted, this one is $45,000. If it were me, I would probably get an SE with the tech upgrade package to get this screen, because the lower trim levels have like a boxier screen. I think it's like 10 inches or something like that. I would definitely swing for the tech package with this 12.3 inch screen, just because you get a better use of real estate for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But yeah, I think I would choose that and then get a cold weather package in an SE where you get the heated steering wheel and heated seats, and it'd be good to go. You have traffic sign recognition in the heads-up display and the gauge cluster. It does recognize stop signs as well. A lot of people complain about, the drone of CVTs and, cars being at a constant RPM. But honestly, when you get into something like this, where the hybrid powertrain is just so good, and you just feel the constant pull and no rubber banding at all, you just tend to forget that. It really doesn't matter. It just blends in. This week, I've been averaging 29.9 miles a gallon. Now, I might have mentioned this earlier, but, it is cold outside. We just had a couple days where it was below zero for a few days, so hybrids tend to not do well with below zero temperatures. And I still have a 9-to-5 job, so I just use this to commute to work. My work is only 5-10 minutes from my house, depending on the traffic, and hybrids with the cold and a short commute don't tend to do well at all. I'd really like to try out a base model like an LE, with just nothing in it. I think that'd be a winner there for sure. One thing I did want to mention in my review is this vehicle does get really warm really quick. And for somebody who's going to purchase this car that lives in the Midwest like me, I definitely would want somebody to review that for sure. You can remote start this car, and in 10 minutes this interior is hot. And on my commute to work, even though it's 5 to 10 minutes, I'm comfortable. My Ridgeline that I have a 2025 Ridgeline, it doesn't get that hot. These seats like almost scald you by the time I'm out of my town. They are really, really hot. Probably one of the hottest heated seats I've ever experienced in my entire life. If you live in a colder climate like I do, the Camry's a winner. I know the Accord, and my wife has a CRV hybrid. It tends to struggle a little bit trying to get things warmed up and stuff. Really throw this thing into some corners, guys. Dare I say, a Camry can be fun. Now, the question that everybody was probably wanting me to answer is, would I buy this over a Honda Accord? I'll leave that for you guys to decide. I think there's pros and cons to both vehicles, and obviously you have rear heated seats in the Accord, but you have a 360 camera here. Each car has their own unique features. I honestly would just test drive them both and figure out which one suits your needs better, because they're both excellent options. All right, guys, now it's time for the night sights and stereo system test, where we showcase what the stereo sounds like and also showcase what the vehicle looks like at night with some B-roll over top of the stereo system test. This vehicle does come equipped with a 9-speaker JBL premium sound system. let's check out that next track. Rattling going on over there. The bass has the door panels rattling like crazy. Overall, I think this is a pretty good sound system. I rate this a B tier. Finally, a good sound system in a Toyota. I'd say right on par with the Bose and the Accord. What a solid offering here. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the review. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to Toyota for providing this vehicle for me to film this week. It's been a pleasure. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe as usual, and we'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.